What's up, guys? It's Nick with Two Brothers Comics, and today we're going to do another How Accurate video. Last time we did How Accurate is Go Collect. This time around we're going to be talking about coverprice.com, the ultimate tool for comic collectors. Stay tuned. So for this one, we're going to compare cover prices to that of eBay sold listings and to see how accurate it might actually be. So if you're not familiar with coverprice.com, they do raw and graded comic books as far as a price guide. They also have collection management, and they do trends. This is their homepage here. If you scroll through, they do have an app where you can order on the website like we're doing here. They have a hot comics, a key comics, a rare comics. So hopefully you get to see in a little bit of a quicker way what these mean. So they put little symbols there. And then they also have a what's coming out each week. And so these are kind of the new releases. Now they also have a weekly top 10 and a daily top sellers. If you scroll down a little bit more. And then this is actually a little bit different than Go Collect. So you do need to sign in to be able to use it. They have a basic, a standard, and an unlimited. Now, I used to use the basic. I could only look up 5 comics a day. That's fine. I didn't normally go much more than that. But if you pay, you get much more. You get to look up as many comics as you'd like. You get the hotkeys, the weekly movers, collection management, track collection and trends. And that's for $2.95 a month. So you're probably going to want to pay $4 extra so you can actually take advantage of the collection management if that's something you're actually into. But this is, again, is the website as a whole. And we're not really interested in collection management today. We're more so interested in the price guide. And we can only look up 5 comics because I'm not paying for the site. So let's get into it. All right, so here we are all logged in. This is what it looks like whenever you get logged in. This is kind of the main screen, a little bit different from what you saw before. So if we scroll down all the way to the bottom, you're getting everything from new releases to their daily shakers, to the weekly movers, to the Monday weekly top 10. And again, Lords of the Long Box do a great show talking about most of these. So again, I encourage you to go check those guys out. Tebow and gang do a great job. So like last video for the Go Collect video, we generally just picked a modern, a bronze, and a Silver Age comic and convert those to the eBay sold listings. And we just kind of pick those off the front page. What we'll do, let's start. So new releases, we're not going to see much trend there. Let's look at the Monday top 10. So let's look at something super recent. And remember, I can only look at 5 comics. So let's start with Amazing Spider-Man 300 and see why it's on the number 6. So let's click on that. All right, and this is what it looks like whenever you pull it up. You have Amazing Spider-Man 300. You also have the issue before and after if you click these little arrows. And it also lets you add it to your collection, wish list, links you to mycomicshop.com as well as eBay. And if you scroll down, this is what it looks like. And what I will tell you guys is coverprice.com has probably the best UI, user interface that is, out of every other comics price guide I've seen. If you look at this, I mean, it is incredible. The links it takes you to, last recorded sales, and it tells you exactly when, current trending, typical sales for a 9.6, average sale for a raw comic. It gives you the series info all the way at the bottom here, the issue summaries, all of that. And then if we look, we have the graded comic split up and the raw comic split up, and it really does a fantastic job at presenting this data. This is the best looking price guide probably out there. Now what you'll see is there's a market info, price guide, negative 78% latest trend. So I'm not sure if that's saying the prices dropped by 78% because that doesn't make sense. If they're saying the sales volume has dropped by 78%, I think they could be a little bit clearer by that. But that's what I'm thinking. It probably has sold 78% less than whatever they are using for their time frame. It doesn't say, but I bet you if we scroll to the bottom and look at the FAQs, we would get that answered. So let's go ahead and look. So here's all the variants, which is again another really awesome thing that you don't see many other price guides do. And let's look at this. So last recorded sales value was October 14th. That is actually today, the day I'm recording this. This video dropped on the 15th, but it's saying a graded comic 9.0 sold for $650. Now I'm interested if that pulled from eBay or where that came from, but what we can do is actually just go up to the link, open link a new tab, and that's going to pull up Amazing Spider-Man 300. Let's go down. We'll go to the sold listings, right, guys? Because we don't actually care what people are listing them for. We care what they're selling at. Now, Amazing Spider-Man 300. Let's get through all the spawns. I hate that people do that, where they'll put spawn 300 and then they'll put Spider-Man and all that stuff. So it really messes up the trends there. So a 9.4 PGX sold today for $780. That's very interesting, and I'm curious to see how that price compares to a CGC 9.4. All right, so here we are. CGC 9.4, $800. PGX 9.4 sold for $780. So that's actually not that bad, not that big of a difference. 9.0 sold today at $660. So I'm sure there's some lag time between this right here, the $650, to the last few sales we're seeing today. Let's scroll down. An 8.0 sold for $596. So I would say, all right, $650. So $650 October 13th at a 9.0. So I'm assuming this is the latest recorded sales they're showing on their site here, which, you know, even if they update once a day for the day's previous sale, it's still really good, really good, you know, updates there. It's not like it's lagging a week or two behind. And you can always go up here, click the link, and it'll take you to it on eBay to double check them. All right, so the typical sales for raw comics are $414. Now, it's hard to kind of average this because there's no actual grading system, as we all know, so it could be a really rough price comic, a really great condition comic. So here, $499. It was listed as excellent condition, high grade, sold for $5. This one sold for $375. We keep scrolling. Wow, $18.51. So this guy must have had some really nice pictures in that listing to go for that kind of price. $735, $455. Wow, and you'll see here, I mean, this one's a direct, one's a newsstand. Something else to look for, 9.4 sold for $1709 that was signed. That's still crazy though, guys. A 9.4 signed by Stan Lee sold for $1709.99, right? And where did the raw one go? That sold for nearly $2,000. Nearly $2,000, guys. $18.51. So I would say, all in all, I mean, really does a great job, right? Typical sale, let's look at the typical sale here in a second. But last recorded sales, I'd say that's a pretty good thing to go off of. Let's go down here and let's really evaluate. And again, raw comics, highest raw sale, you know, it tells you $2,000 on 8/12, $1,600 on 10/6. So not bad there. And let's really look here. So let's go for a 9.4. Let's pull up a 9.4 here and see what 9.4s are going for. So right off the bat, $9.99 best offer accepted. DVD reprint, we're not looking for that. Let's go up here and make a filter. $9.85, 9.4, $8.75, 9.4. $1,345, $1,345. And again, newsstand, right? These were not up here. Let's go. Let's keep going. $8.50. And again, we all know it's a hot comic. No need to put it in your eBay listings. So let's see. So they're selling between $750, $750 plus, and they're saying sales average of $466. Obviously, guys, that's outdated. I mean, that's Wow. I mean, that might be an average, but I wonder how long of an average that's over. So let's look. And again, you can click, if you missed what I just did, I clicked this number right here next to it, 236, and I want to look at the issue sales. Okay. All right, so graded sales data, $13.99. This is another great feature, right? So at a 9.8, this lists all of the sales, and you can kind of see the price trends there. But I'm interested in that 9.4. Wow, they're going for $7.50 plus, and then it's telling me the average is $4.66. All right. So if we look, okay, so I mean that would make sense. If you look here, back as early as April, May, I mean it was averaging, just over $400, and then we get to August. I mean, really June. Sometime between June and August, this just started skyrocketing. So again, just like go collect, always do your research, double check, because you see how quickly these trends are. And again, 466 now makes sense, but if you look here, you can really look at the sales data. So in my mind, I mean, I don't think cover price was misrepresenting the 9.4. I think it was just, that was the average for a long time. And I think if you look at the numbers and the way the math is being done, it still would average out that way. I wish they would do like a rolling average of over like a month, right? Maybe like a month or two. But the way comics heat up, I mean, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So all of the listed sales, when they sold, for the price, wow, just some crazy sales numbers here. So that was the Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1, issue 300, with that awesome Todd McFarlane cover. So again, a lot of data. You're not going to have an issue finding what you need. Now let's go back to the homepage. Let's try to find a comic from a different era. So we did the modern age of comics. Let's drop down to the Bronze Age. So let's click on another Spider-Man. Let's keep with the trend. ASM 129 as part of their daily Shakers highest price sales. So let's click on that real quick. You'll see it does have a key by it, which means it is a key comic. It tells you exactly what it is. And again, at a first glance, if you're a brand new collector and you don't know much about comic books as a whole, you could click here, man, and you have so much information at your fingertips. Last recorded sales, $2,995 for a 9.2, and that was yesterday. 50% less sales in the market. Again, that's what I'm assuming that's what this is saying. The ratio between raw comics being sold to graded comics being sold, and the highest known value for a 9.8 is $16,730. Now, if you look at our averages, you can scroll down through here and see highest raw sales. I'm sure all of those are very accurate, but again, we're looking for averages here. We want to see kind of what their averages look like and kind of how that kind of relates to the trends in the market currently. So let's stick again with a 9.4. We'll just stick with the 9.4 again, and let's go up to eBay. Right click, open link in new tab. We'll switch on over here. So this should automatically pull it up. And I tell you, that is an awesome feature. Let's scroll down. Let's sort by sold listings only. All right, so the Amazing Spider-Man 129 First Punisher sold not too long ago today for $866. Now, be on the lookout, guys, because there are going to be a lot of these rare Russian variants and facsimiles, and just watch what you're buying, guys. And again, we're looking for 9.4s, but I always like to scroll through and just kind of see what the market is looking like as a whole. 9.2 sold for $2,995, and again, they're telling us our 9.4 average is somewhere around $2,500. All right, so let's go up here. Let's put a filter on for 9.4. All right, so we have it filtered out by 9.4, and immediately I am seeing $3,200 for the sale on October 11th. And you have a bunch of these facsimiles. Again, another facsimile. This rare Lionsgate. This rare Russian comic. rare Hasbro action figure. I don't care about that, and I hope they're able to separate those sales from the actual normal sales, because there are a lot of these variants being sold. And see, I'm not even seeing mini sales. So there's a 9/4 August 3rd for 3,105. A signed copy for 5010, so 5,010. Let's keep scrolling, and that's about it. So based off the few comics I'm seeing that were sold that are the true copies, 9/4 white pages, 3,105. And then where was the other one? Nope, that's the variant. That's the variant. Let's go in. $3,200. And again, guys, once you start getting back into the Bronze Age, Silver Age, Golden Age, white pages, off-white pages, all that will make a huge difference. But comparing white pages to white pages, I mean, $3,200 just a few days ago, and over $3,000 back in August. So very comparable sales there. However, our averages are telling me it's 25.5. So at first glance, I'm gonna say just double check every time, guys, because again, it tells us the highest sales are going for $40.50 down to $1, which that actually makes me question whether they're differentiating between the variants in the actual book. So let's click on the sales data. Let's see, so you can kind of see here. And again, I want to scroll down to 9/4 because that's what I'm interested in. So $3,200 a few days ago. Yeah, so you can see, I mean, there's definitely a trend. It seems to go in between about $2,500 to about $3,500. Some people may be paying a little bit more if they maybe see a pressable defect. I wouldn't put my money on it because you're not seeing a huge jump with that luck, but that's just me. 9/4. So, I mean, even a year ago, this book was selling for consistently, over $3,000. So I'm not sure really where the ratio. See, $76 stuff like this. I mean, either somebody got very, very lucky, $1. I mean, that's definitely going to drop the averages out. So I hope they're differentiating between that, because I don't see how we're getting an average of, what was it, 2,500 and some change. And again, I'm just looking strictly at eBay, so I'm not pulling from any other places where they might be pulling from. But eBay is a very reliable source because they are actual sales. So $2,500. I'm gonna say, if I had one of these, I'm not selling it for less than probably $3,000. Not for less than $3,000. I'm not selling it for $25,550. So check it out now. If you get a chance to buy it for that, that's a good price. I'm thinking. So definitely check it out. And if you are averaging all the way back to April 2010, that might be where they're getting their average from. But I think they need to update their rolling averages to, the last 3 months or so. Let's go back to the homepage and find another book. All right, so now we want to find us a good Silver Age comic. And let's go to the Daily Shakers and let's just kind of see what we have. Just kidding. I can't, because I have to upgrade to Unlimited to see all issues. So what we'll do is just pick Showcase 23. This is the second appearance of the Green Lantern. And I believe Showcase, number 4 is kind of considered the first Silver Age comic book. So this follows not too long afterwards. So if you see here, December 1959. Man, that's a long time ago. All right, so let's do the same exact thing. Let's go down. 96% bump in sales. Highest known value is 8,962. That's a graded comic of a 9.0. I'm actually curious if that's accurate. That would be something to really look into, because I have a feeling that may not be super accurate. Now, raw value 75.50. I don't think there's actually many raws that have sold. There's not many graded comics that have sold either. But we're looking. All right, so since we can't really go with the 9.4, let's look for one that has the most sales. And I'm looking down through here, 8. So 6.0 might have the most, it looks like it has the most sales. Let's look at see all sales data. All right, so I want some recent sales numbers. So 6.0, so that has the most recent sales. 5.5. Okay, this one might be a difficult one to really get some good information on, but we'll do it anyways. Open link a new tab. Again, we're looking at Showcase 23 from 1959 according to cover price. Now let's see. So they have them listed, right? But we don't want listed, we want sold listings. All right, so $7.49, we did see that back on the cover price. Information, so 6.0, it's averaging $5.47, ranges anywhere from $7.50 to $4.18. And then if you look at the volume or the sales volume and data, you know, it does track that sale right there. And then I'm assuming the next most recent one is going to be, ooh, very interesting. Very interesting right here. All right, so $3.99. It sold on October 6th for a 4.0, but it is a purple label. So I wonder how it differentiates between that and a standard blue label and how that affects the grade. Same thing here, 4.5. Let's go up here and see if we can't go to a 6.0. Okay, so there's only one 6.0 showing on eBay. Let's go back and see if there are any others that have listed. No, there's only a few listed and no multiples. So I'm going to say something like this. Your best bet is just to look at the most recent sale data, not necessarily the averages, which would make sense for some of these older, more difficult to get issues. But you can find that information right here. So I'm going to say that the data is there. The data is what you need. I'm pretty happy with this. And again, when I'm looking at comics books to trade, sale, buy, whatever, I'm not looking at averages. I'm looking for most recent sales data, and cover price absolutely gives it to you. So all in all, fantastic UI interface. I believe they all, yeah, it looks like they have some giveaways they do. They do a week in review, a comic report. So that's pretty cool here, right? Some of the shakers, a little blog post about it. That's kind of a new trend happening. Not new trend, but that's definitely something that a lot of people are really pushing is the blog post, because that creates site traffic, which most places are going to be running ads so that they get that ad revenue. But it doesn't look like Cover Price is doing it. I guess they want you on the site, so you'll subscribe. But overall, guys, I think Cover Price is probably a very reliable and accurate source. Just like Go Collect, definitely look more into the data itself, not necessarily the main average number. That FMV value isn't always super accurate, especially if they're not keeping averages updated. But let me know in the comments what you think, guys. Have you used Cover Price before? Would you use Cover Price based on this video? And again, we're not affiliated. I just wanted to do another video like we did with Go Collect. But anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video out. Let me know what you think about it. And as always, thank you for being the best part of Two Brothers Comics, and collect your way.